We got UFC Vegas 111 featuring Gabriel Bonfim versus Rude Boy Randy Brown. Oh my goodness. I hope this is a guaranteed win for us. And we've already made the pick. I'm sitting here saying, I know who I want right now. But, a lot of these fights have been close. And when it comes down to the prediction, it could go either way and we're just picking wrong. It happens. So we'll get into that in a moment. Matt Schnell versus Joseph Morales in the co-main. And then, of course, you got Muslim Salikov taking on Uros Medic, which that's going to be a high-level fight for sure, and that's where we're going to begin with the predictions. We're going to look at the big three today. So let's jump into that one right now. You got Russia versus Serbia in this one. Muslim Salikov versus Uros Medic. Play it. In the welterweight division at UFC Vegas 111, you got Muslim Salikov taking on Uros Medic. This should be a high-level fight. Fight three in the main event or in the main card. So we're working our way up when you get to this one. Salikov, 22-5 from Russia. Uros Medic, 11-3 from Serbia. So you're talking about two very strong guys, very capable of finishing their opponent at any time. Medic, 2 inches taller at 6'1". He's 32. Salikov, 41. But don't let that age fool you. Medic, 1 inch reach advantage. He fights left-handed. Salikov fights right-handed. Now, this is going to come down to activity versus takedown ability. Medic dominates in activity, 5.5 significant strikes per minute to 3.4 for Salikov. But Salikov gets like one takedown every 3 rounds, so he's capable of getting the takedowns. That's something to keep an eye on, but he's also very capable of KOing his opponent, as we saw in his last fight against Carlos Alil. First round KO in 42 seconds. He also beat Song Keenan by first round KO and Santiago Ponzinibbio, oh boy, by split decision. His last loss, believe it or not, was against Randy Rude Boy Brown, who KO'd him in the first round, and Randy Brown's taking on Gabriel Bonfim in the main event. So if Uros Medic is going to beat him, he's going to have to end the 3-fight win streak. Now, Medic, 55% takedown defense, but a lot of that is because Miktaibek Orobai took him down 7 times. Other than that, he was only taken down 1 time by Jalen Turner, and that's all I can see. But it's led to his takedown defense being 55%, even though he's only been taken down in 2 fights out of like 8 or 9 UFC fights. So in those 8 or 9 fights, he's like 6-3. Losing to Punahele Soriano, Miktaibek Orobai, and Jalen Turner, all good fighters. He beat Gilbert Urbina last time out by first round KO, so they're both coming off KO wins. He beat Tim Means by KO, Matthew Semmelsberger, spinning back elbow KO, Omar Morales KO. So this is going to be a high level fight. Salikov in between his wins and losses, so it's a perfect setup, perfect fight. But I just think Uros Medic is too strong. I think the 3-fight win streak for Muslim is coming to an end. Medic, I think, lands the KO sometime in the second round when Muslim starts to slow down. That's how I see it playing out. But either way, Medic wins to move to 12-3 here. Welterweight division. UFC Vegas 111. Yeah, so we got Uros Medic winning a close fight, but trust me, Salikov is a guy that's capable of finishing you at any time. And he's got the takedown ability. I don't like Uros Medic's 55% takedown defense, as you heard. But I think this is, 7 of those came against Miktaibek Orobai, who lands like 2 takedowns every round. So he should get 7 against Uros Medic. So I think Medic will, his percentage is more like 70 to 75. Right? In most of his fights, he's not giving up takedowns. So I think this is one that he can defend the takedowns well. He may give up one, but he'll bounce right back. Now, in the co-main event, you got a big one too. Flyweight division. Matt Schnell, who's looking good, takes on a 14-2 Joseph Morales, USA versus USA. Let's jump into this one right now. In the flyweight division at UFC Vegas 111, you got Matt Schnell taking on Joseph Morales. Both guys from America. Schnell 17-9, Morales 14-2. Schnell 2 inches taller, 5'8", 35. Morales 31. So Morales right in the prime. Right in the prime. Schnell 1 inch reach advantage 70 to 69. He stands right-handed. Morales is a switch stance fighter. But Schnell, much more active on the feet, 4.1 significant strikes per minute, which is really average, but Morales is 2 per minute. Both guys don't land a lot of takedowns, but Morales can get like one every 3 rounds, so like one per fight if it goes a distance. Schnell 43%, so that might be up to 2 or 3 takedowns in his fight. He beat Jimmy Flick by decision, but before that lost 3 in a row to Matthias Nicolau KO. Steve Erceg KO. That makes sense. Cody Durden submission. So not a good look in those 3. Morales 28% takedown defense, so neither guy really good at stopping takedowns. He beat Alibi Idris last fight out by submission. Before that, he lost to Eric Shelton by split decision. Oh, that's back in 2018. Wow. So really all we have is the last fight for Joseph Morales. And was that for the Ultimate Fighter? It might have been. It might have been. And that was on the Duplessis Chimaev card. So that was a big night at UFC 319. Tough pick here because Schnell is struggling, but Morales is like an up and comer. I mean, it's going to be interesting, but I'm going to lean towards Morales here. He's got some momentum. You know, you ran through uh, the tournament you were in, got the belt, and now you're in the UFC and you're 14-2. So he's going to have to show up against Matt Schnell. It's not going to be easy, and he knows that. But in a big, you can almost call it UFC debut almost, because the last fight was in the UFC, but it was, you know, it is what it is. But it's almost like a UFC debut. The guy's going to be pumped. He doesn't want to be here for a fight or two and be gone. He wants to win and stay in and up his money as he goes forward. So he's going to be ready to roll here. I like Joseph Morales to win by decision, 2 rounds to 1, very close, possible split. But Morales will pull it out, in my opinion, to move to 15-2, and he'll do it with the ground game here. Flyweight division, UFC Vegas, 111. Yeah, so long story short, we got Joseph Morales winning this fight, but I think it is going to be a close fight, as most of these fights are. As you get closer to the top of any card, right? It doesn't mean someone's not going to go in there and get rocked and get an early KO or submission or something like that and make it look easy. But these fights certainly can go either way. And speaking of going either way, the main event, which has just plagued us this year, welterweight division, Gabriel Bonfim, 1801 versus Randy Rude Boy Brown from Jamaica, Brazil versus Jamaica. Oh my goodness. Randy Brown's 20-6. And I just dread this prediction because it's like no matter which way we go, the other guy is going to win. And this is a guy in Gabriel Bonfim that does have a loss. Randy Brown is battle tested and is never an easy out. So how's this fight going to go down? Let's get into it. In the welterweight division at UFC Vegas 111, your main event, Gabriel Bonfim takes on Rude Boy Randy Brown. And never overlook Rude Boy. This is going to be a great fight here. Bonfim 18-1, Randy Brown 20-6. This is the fight if you're Gabriel Bonfim you want, because you need a win over a guy like this on your resume. Now Brown 2 inches taller is 6'3", he's 35, Bonfim 28. Bonfim young, entering the prime, Randy Brown a little older. He has exited the prime, but still looking pretty sharp if you ask me. Randy Brown 5-inch reach advantage. Both guys stand right-handed. Both guys 4.5 significant strikes per minute, but the big difference here is that Bonfim lands more than 1 takedown per round. So Randy Brown's takedown defense is going to be very important here and likely won't hold up. Bonfim 70%, 76% takedown defense. Beat Stephen Thompson by split decision. Chaos Williams, submission, second round. Angelusa, decision. His only loss in his UFC career was against Nicholas Dalby, who KO'd him. Even though he gave up 3 takedowns, KO'd him and led 53-39 in significant strikes. So can Rude Boy accomplish that? Now he's got a 73% takedown defense, so you figure that's going to go down to 60 or 50%. Bonfim is going to be relentless with takedown attempts, so he's going to land takedowns, although it's hard against Randy Brown. Even though he's a tall guy, it should be easy. And Randy Brown KO'd Nicholas Dalby, right, who KO'd Bonfim. So highly, highly interesting fight. He lost to Brian Battle by split decision. Led in significant strikes by just 3, so it's basically even, 2 takedowns to none, so very close fight there. Split decision makes sense. Beat Elizio Zaleski dos Santos by decision. KO'd Muslim Salikov uh, defeated Wellington Turman before they lost to JDM, who's the current champ. So Randy Brown's legit. It's going to be an interesting fight. Listen, oh, gosh, man. And these main events this year have just been ridiculous because no matter which way I go, I'm probably going to be wrong. That's just how the year has been. But I like Randy Brown. I'm leaning towards Randy Brown anyway because I knew, couldn't remember who was against, but I knew in his last fight, he was like, whoa, didn't expect that. Okay. Then you look at it like that was against Nicholas Dalby, and Nicholas Dalby beat Bonfim. So against a common opponent, Randy Brown beat him, and Bonfim lost. So I got to go with the Jamaican here. I like Randy Brown, and it's tough because I'm going against a Brazilian, but I like Randy Brown to get the win and move to 21-6, likely by KO. Because I don't, if it goes to a decision, I don't know if Randy Brown's going to win that. So it's going to have to be by KO. Going out on a limb again, y'all. Welterweight division, UFC Vegas, 111. Yep, so my fears do come true because we made this pick about 3 or 4 days ago, and then we had all the reactions from last night at UFC Vegas 110, so I kind of forgot about it. And I'm like, I took Gabriel Bonfim, right? I know I didn't go against Brazil in the main event, but yes, I did because Rude Boy is battle tested. Am I 100% confident on it? No. Um, Disclaimer right out the gate because we're 17-19 this year. And Tom Aspinall really hurt us a few weeks ago because that was a gimme. Uh, you know, it, that didn't end up coming to fruition. So we'll see how it plays out. If we go to 17-20, it's going to be complete despair for the remainder of the year because we're getting to the point where we don't have many fight nights or pay-per-views left to mount a comeback. So we really need this one, and then we can get into if we can get within one, and we got Madalena versus Makachev, that would really help because I believe that that one's going to go my way, but more on that one next week.